Hey guys, so I am sitting down and filming today because I have a lot of new stuff that I got, some new products that I have tried and some that I haven't. So I wanted to share that with you all. Some are drugstore, some are not. So let's jump right in. I'm going to prime my face with my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer like I always use. That doesn't sound very good. I got some new brushes this week. Some brushes out of the Gilded collection from Morphe, so I will be trying those out. I have already tried these two, this blending brush and this little shader brush, but I have yet to try out this new foundation brush, and this is the Morphe Y6. And for foundation, I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte in my oily spots. It's super soft. It's definitely not as like dense and stiff feeling as this other Morphe M439 brush that I usually use, but it is super soft and it's blending this out pretty well. So yeah, that blended that out pretty beautifully. Very pretty finish on that. And now on the rest of the face, I'm going to take the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. This is also a new product I've been trying. I've used it a handful of times now, and you know, I'm starting to like it more. The smell is a little weird. It actually smells like paint, and I think the bottle of it is like $5.99 or $4.99 or something like that. Now I'm gonna go back in with that Y6 brush and just buff all that out. This foundation may look a little bit light, but that's alright because we can warm it up with some bronzer. You never want to go darker with your foundation to look more tan. You always want to warm up with bronzer because when you get a darker foundation, it is just not a good look. So going a little lighter is okay, darker, no. And I'm just going to go over all that foundation, just get that really melted into the skin. I did try a new like makeup sponge, and it is the Real Techniques sponge. It's just, I don't know, I wasn't a fan of it. It is super dense and hard, so I feel like it didn't blend out my foundation and concealer as beautifully as a beauty blender does. I was not a fan of this. If you are, that's fine, but if you are going to be purchasing some sort of makeup sponge, I would definitely recommend a beauty blender, the original beauty blender. They are so soft and they blend out so easily. So now I'm going to take my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer and just put that underneath my eyes, down my nose, on my forehead, on my chin. You know the drill. What I sometimes like to do is take that concealer and throw a little bit right underneath here where I want a little more highlight, and it kind of helps cut that cheek out a little more. Don't mind that, that is an old pimple. It drives me crazy. Every time I get a pimple, I always get a dark spot after, and it lasts for like months. Don't mind my nails either, they are not done. Had a lot of cleaning this week, so my nails got destroyed. Now I'm gonna take some setting powder and just set my face. Now I'm taking Hoola bronzer, my favorite. So since I don't set my whole face with powder and I lay this bronzer on top of unset face, you want to be very, very gentle with it, because if you push too hard, you're going to get a glob where it is darker than the rest, and it just doesn't look very good. I think I have officially hit pan with this bronzer. Good thing I have a new one coming in the mail. I went ahead and did my brows off camera just because it takes me so long to do them. So I wanted to save some time. So today I'm going to do a little moment with the Modern Renaissance palette. And I'm going to take this Morphe Y15 brush. It is just a tapered shading brush. Really soft and poofy, so it really blends out that crease. I'm going to dip into Raw Sienna and Burnt Orange and pop that in my creases. And just blend that into the crease and above my crease. I already primed my eyelids, of course. Always use an eyeshadow primer. You can also use your concealer. Concealer works pretty well. Make sure to put a powder over that. For me personally, I don't like blending pigmented colors onto just primed eye. I feel like it gets really patchy that way. When you lay a lighter color over that primer or concealer or whatever you laid down, when you lay a cream color over that, it lets your pigmented colors blend out so much nicer. So I'm just blending these out. I re-dipped just a little bit and focused that right into the crease. This brush is really nice to get into that crease because it has that pointed tip. I think I'm going to do a little cut crease. I'm going to take some of this shade Red Ochre right in the middle and blend that out on the end of my lid and up into the crease. I'm just dipping in just a little bit and more so packing that onto the end and not blending that. Then I'm just bringing it up into the crease. I really love these maroony red colors, especially on my eyes. Since I have green eyes, I feel like it really makes them pop. But I feel like these maroon shades are pretty on any eye color. I just really love them. Now I'm just laying a little bit more of that into my crease and really blending it out up there. And then I'm going to take this other fluffy brush and just blend that out. You're gonna get a really pretty eye look if you blend out in between each application. And sometimes that can make that eyeshadow get a little patchy after that. So you just have to go back in with just a little bit more shadow and relay that on. So now that those are nice and blended out, I'm going to take a little bit of concealer. You can take any concealer really, but I'm going to take the Tarte Shape Tape and just put a little dab of that on the back of my hand. And I am going to take a flat brush and I'm going to dip into that concealer. And I am just going to lay this down to just really carve that out. So now that I have that concealer laid down, I'm just going to take a lighter cream color powder to set that on top of it. Now I'm going to take my smaller shader brush and re-dip into that Red Ochre color and just blend that onto the concealer a bit. Now I'm going to take Primavera on a packing brush and just pop that on top of where we put that concealer. So I popped that onto where I had put that concealer down, and now I'm just taking that brush, that small blending brush again, and just going through that eyeshadow at the top just to make sure everything is nice and blended out. Okay, on a small shader brush, just this flat topped brush, I'm going to take a little bit of this brown. It's called Cypress Umber. And I'm just going to buff that along my upper lash line, lay down a little bit of coverage for where I'm going to put lashes. I know I had said in another video that lashes were not an everyday thing for me, but they are quickly becoming an everyday thing for me. I recently found the House of Lashes, the Lite versions. So the ones that I'm going to use today are the Budoir Lite, and they're not as thick as their regular lashes because I have tried their lashes in the past and the band was just way too thick for me. But I did try these light versions and I have fallen in love with them. So I have been wearing those almost on a daily basis. So I completely take back what I said before. So I'm just blending that, not really blending, but packing that onto my lash line. And now I'm going to curl my eyelashes real quick and throw on some mascara. Something new that I picked up is the Maybelline Master Strobing Stick. So I'm going to try that out. I'm not going to put it directly on my face because I don't want to smudge up what I have done. So what I'm going to do is take my beauty blender and just rub that on. I put this on my hand and it looked really pretty, so we'll see how it looks on the face. But I just rubbed a little bit of that onto my beauty blender and now I'm just going to dab that on. Ooh, that's pretty. That is really pretty. I like that. This is in the shade Medium Nude Glow. I think there was only 2 shades, well, that I saw were only 2 shades and the other one was a little darker. So I picked up this one, but I'm really liking it. It's really beautiful. I just want to cover my whole face in it. I'm gonna take a dab of that on my nose. I will probably still put a powder highlighter over it, not going to lie, because I like to be blinding. This would be really pretty if you're having like, you know, a really light makeup day with just a little bit of concealer and buff out a little bit of that on your cheekbones. That would look really, really nice. And then I'm going to take my most favorite champagne pop and put that on top of that strobing stick. Ooh, yeah. So I went ahead and popped on some lashes. Again, those were House of Lashes Boudoir Lite. And I also put a little bit of highlight in the inner corners. And now I'm going to just buff out that lower lash line. First, I'm taking the first 2 colors I used, which was Raw Sienna and Burnt Orange, and I'm just buffing those out underneath. And then I'm going to take that red ochre and focus that on the outer edge. I'm not going to bring that all the way down. And then I am going to take that same flat topped shader brush, put the dark brown tightly against my lower lash line. Now I'm going to put some lower mascara on. I'm using Voluminous Carbon Black. A little trick I like to do to really open up the eyes when you have a sort of heavy looking eye is I take a nude pencil. This is a Rimmel London pencil. It's a creamy pencil in a very light nude shade. This one is waterproof, so it really sticks in that waterline all day. And I'm just going to line my waterline with it. And what this does is it just really opens up that eye and it makes your eyes just a little bit more open and bright. So now I need a lip, of course. Since we are going to eat, I almost always reach for a Jefferee Star liquid lipstick because they have amazing stay power. Like they'll stay, you know, you go in a hurricane and you're still gonna have your liquid lip on, you know, so they are great little liquid lips. So I have my lips lined and now I am going to put on the liquid lip. So now I have my lip done, and another new thing that I got is this Wet n Wild setting spray. This little thing is like $3, but it is a great setting spray. Your makeup is gonna last, you know, not all day, but it's gonna last a good majority of the day. So yeah guys, that is my look for the day. Now I'm going to go to dinner and enjoy some delicious German food. So thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you again soon in another video. Bye guys.